Light Fellowship Church. I'm Reverend Joe Rutledge. I hope you can benefit from what I've been given to share with you today. Today I've been inspired to talk about the fact that we are all not alone. In fact, we have each other. And you are not alone in this world. Sometimes it does feel like it, though. In Proverbs 19:21, it reads, "Many are the plans in the mind of man, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will stand. It is no coincidence when God provides for us." And we all have thoughts, we all have dreams, and we all have our own expectations, our plans, if you will. But as life unfolds, God has his own plan for us. And sometimes they collide. It's no coincidence that we get derailed at times, but why? Could it be that God's guidance and Spirit's intervention are here to move our souls to what we've contracted to be and do this time on earth? We're not alone, and we don't understand everything that we can, but sometimes we have that anxiety and fear. So yes, we do have some setbacks, and we do have hurts, and in this life, we're going to have a lot of scars. But looking back, a lot of those scars and a lot of that hurt sets us up for the wonderful person we're going to become, for the wonderful people we're going to meet next. We just can't see it when we're down. So Spirit will push us to leave a sour relationship. They may push us to leave a job that we hate by giving us a pink slip anyway, because we weren't willing to leave it. And perhaps you got pushed to do or leave another organization that you didn't want. That feels like a setback, but in hindsight, it becomes a setup. A way for us ourselves to get out of what we were in. And if we embrace our tough times and follow the clues that will lead us ultimately forward. The clue of a friend telling you, "Hey, I got a job in my company." And you interview and get the job. What about the clue that says, "I know a medium, you should go see her"? And all of a sudden you're having trouble dealing with your mother or your daughter or your son passing. And now you have maybe not complete closure, but you have an understanding, something that can help you move through today. Each of us is here at this church, in this group right now, because we made a contract for an experience to go through some spiritual growth. You can disagree, but we're all here for a reason. In fact, we may have even signed up for this experience. I know God is clapping right now, saying, "Welcome, everybody. We're glad you made it here." Now, what do I mean? Because I keep using this word contract, right? That's an awkward word to hear. But if you listen carefully to what some of our past ministers have talked about, they all talk about how we picked our families. We picked our mother, we picked our father, we picked our experience here on earth. And so that may be foreign, but I hope as you leave today, it won't be foreign. Because how can we say what's absolutely right and how can we say what's absolutely wrong? But we know in our heart later on what feels right to us. So if you could buy into this concept that we all have a soul, and the soul, before it came here, right now, into Joe, into Dave, into Lynn, into each and every one of you, that soul said, "I'm going to have this person as my parent. I'm going to choose to have a child, and this child will be this particular soul," because we want to have an endearing relationship with each other and learn from each other in a different environment. It's foreign, but as we expand and think about this, I hope to at least give you something to meditate on, to see if it's right for you. Because given that there's so much grief and hardship and emotions going on right now, I asked God, I said, please help me bring something forward that I can help other people with relating to this experience and how I view it, and maybe it will help them heal. So God said, I got it. Start writing. God said, help people think about the soul's journey as planning a vacation, right? We pick a time, we pick a day. We even pick a destination. And many times we pick the excursions and things we're going to do on vacation along. So when the soul's coming down here, it's picking all these things. We, as humans, just don't know what the soul picked because it's not for us to influence. So along the way, these opportunities present themselves, and your free will allows you to stay on course or to get off course. And there's always obstacles, causing unexpected delays, whether it be people, a schedule, traffic events, frustrations that just happen in the day, whether you're on vacation or in life right now. But as a collective group, each of us, our souls have said, I want to be right here, right now on planet Earth with all these people, and I want to go through this experience. And we're all talking about how much we hate it, but I think it's time to say we don't like it, but we're going to move forward anyway. We're going to raise our vibration. We're going to be above what the news says. We're going to be above what my coworker who can't get their head out of the dirt is talking about, all the bad stuff every day. We're going to get above that. So you are in your soul's journey and not the human journey. Now, I believe that the soul does live on. It has many journeys. And I hope that maybe you're willing to start thinking about that concept for yourself. I mean, how can you explain you meet a complete stranger, yet you feel like you've known him forever? You just sit there and you talk, and it's like, oh my gosh, was she my best friend in a past life, or was she my best friend before? How did we connect so well? And what about deja vu? Some of us has those moments, right? If you've had the privilege of having a past life regression, then possibly you've had a chance to have somebody put you in a meditative state and go back and learn people you've encountered before. And maybe some of those people are friends of yours. And you can see how you've interacted in different ways in different time periods. There's many ways to seek out and understand and see how that all ties together. We're merely picking out positive or negative feelings as we go. But you know what? There are no problems we can't overcome. God and our guides are here to help us stay on our path. They set up obstacles, sometimes we call them lessons, emotional situations, setbacks, people you meet. And sometimes it feels really, really like that really hard test. And you may have to learn it again. I'll give you an example. You spend more than you need to, more than you make. You finally get it paid off, only to go through that again. I'm sure no one here has done that. So I've been rambling about 15 minutes, but what is my point? What is my point? If the soul is choosing this, then what does the soul's plan look like? Picture a menu, if you will. The soul, God says to your soul, what would you like to do this lifetime? He hands a menu card, and the soul says, okay, I want this parent. I want a sibling. No, I don't want a sibling this time. I want to interact with all these people. And by the way, I'm signing up at this moment in time to live in the USA because I know this thing is free will. Free will is amazing, but I know in the USA, we can make it go amok. We can do crazy things with it. More than we can do in other countries. But unlike a vacation, it's a contract for the soul. It's something we committed to. It's something we will be reviewing later on in our soul's life in a place called the Akashic Records. Akashic Records is where all of us do life reviews. So everything we do, good or bad, is recorded, and we get to be proud or not so proud when we get there. So we have a contract day, but we have this free will thing that gives us permission to deviate and go off the beaten path or to stay on course. But there's also this other thing. We actually have to abide by the universal laws, and we may not even know them. Why do we have to follow things we don't know? And why are we penalized for that? And if we fail to do these tough lessons in this lifetime, we get the privilege to go back and do it again. So our contract has many phrases like, you're wonderful in every way, but you will get hurt. You will be betrayed. You will be rich, then poor, and maybe, if you're good, rich again. You will learn what it means to be a giver and receiver of God's unconditional love. And you will absolutely, positively experience loss of some kind. Be it a person, be it a baby, be it a parent, be it a friend, be it a pet, be it financial. And you may forget that in this world, you're going to get stuck on your personal stuff. It's okay. You requested this experience. So just know you asked for it. You just don't remember asking for it. Unfortunately, we don't know what we've asked for. So we don't know about the journey. But our soul does know it. And if you can accept this concept that all these hardships our soul may have asked for, it becomes a little bit easier to understand the unexplainable. Because nobody wants, there is no explanation why a high school teenager would hit a truck on the way home and her life would go. There's no explanation for it. But if you know that her soul may have signed up for something catastrophic and it was just her time to go, I've witnessed this, people. It's a little bit easier to take. It's a little bit easier to take. Just realize we're going to be accountable to our higher self with regard to our actions, and God is going to give us permission to reach out in prayer and to reach out in meditation to get back and get on track, because prayer is talking to God and meditation is listening to God. And I was impressed to share this understanding. Now, why? Knowing each of our souls have made these choices for us in many different ways to have a positive or sad relationship, it's just hard. But it's an easier way to think about it. I'll give you an example that the Spirit was impressed upon me. It says, let's talk about the lesson of depression. They want to know the feelings and the responses connected with this disease and a process to get out. So what I'm saying is your soul wanted to experience depression because they wanted to understand the disease and the process to get out. Why? So they can help other people. Some of your best counselors have gone through it. So what I'm sharing right now in this next section it's a meditative dictation that I received. And what goes like this. We come down to this experience so we can see how getting through depression can help us find strength in the process to help and share with others. Yes, it's debilitating. Depression happens when the mind wins. The heart is not connected. And the loss of sense of self and self-worth. What is sense of self? Difficult to explain, but it's an inside feeling or an inside job. When you develop a stronger inner core of yourself, a consciousness and understanding that is when people can work out their weakness. Overcoming depression is overcoming the weaknesses that you have. Be it emotional, be it external, be it your inner thoughts, be it what you say and what you do, and how it influences your thoughts. This is an oversimplification, but it's the point I was asked to make. Spirit then said, Joseph, we are all beautiful people and beautiful souls. Some of us are going through challenges at this moment, and we don't understand, but our souls do. And they will remind us during our soul's review that this was, in fact, a lesson we chose. Not personal beatdown. This was not a personal beatdown or tragedy. It was a tragedy selected by our soul. Not a tragedy to pick on you individually. Its purpose was to help us grow. If you don't grow, you don't have the opportunity to do well and help others and learn so you don't have to come back and do it again. Think again and learn it this time. I hope this helps a little. So often we get trapped and stuck in the woe is me syndrome. But if we turn it around and say, thank you, Spirit, for providing me with this challenge to mold me into what I will become. I know I will overcome everything with you. For I know it's a lesson that I signed up for, even though I wasn't ready for it. Grant me the idea. Grant me the strength. Grant me the intuition to help others overcome and live with the situation that they're faced and that I'm faced with. And God has made us miraculously in His image, and God is inside. We fail to recall, to remember this. And I'm here today to remind you and challenge you, we can do anything we believe we can do. God is behind us, our angels are behind us, and we know in our hearts and in our soul we can make positive change. It doesn't matter what we're facing. Our God has more faith than we do, but they're trying to bring us up with Him, raising our vibration. Be blessed and accept the hints that God gives you day to day. The hint of, I should call Joe. I should call my grandmother. I should call my mother. Let go of the naysayers in your life. You don't have to permanently let go of them, but if they're being negative right now, I gotta go do something else. I'm sorry, I gotta go by. Do something simple like that. Take yourself out of that situation instead of being a good listener that listens to that naysaying for a half hour. 1, 2 minutes, okay. Half hour, a little much. Because God has created us all in His image, and God is within us, as I've said over and over again. And we're born as troopers with a vision and a mission for our souls to move forward and accomplish great things in a beautiful way. even through pain. It's all good. Our souls have accepted this challenge, and I hope you will accept the challenge that they've given you. Put your chin up, because we will work through and make it through anything. Speak with God in your prayers, and definitely listen to God in your meditation, because the obstacle is the emotion. Accepting the emotion will prevent you from moving forward. Accepting the heartache, do it, but move forward anyway. Accept the loss of a child, the spouse or mother. Accept it and move forward anyway, because we are stronger than we think. We're more resilient than we think. This doesn't mean we don't hurt, but it does mean you're not to blame. You are not to blame. You are not to feel guilty. You are not to have anger. It wasn't meant to cause those feelings in you. Rather, do all you can to live for the day, because all we can do is be responsible for the day we are in right now. Remember when we lose our young ones. They chose that short journey. They knew they were going to have that short journey. It's nothing we could do, because their soul made those choices. And we do all have flaws, certainly. But accept them and move forward anyway. Why? Because we are likely to choose them before we're here. And so accepting them allows us to do it and move forward anyway, so we can live to our full potential. And knowing this gives us the internal power to overcome, and we can and will overcome anything we set our mind to. So don't let outside people have power over you. Be it a boss, be it your spouse, be it friends, be it the TV. Only you have the power to allow yourself to be influenced by things that shouldn't be influencing you. You have to give permission to something in order to give it power. You are too good for that. Lift yourself up. Be pure. Take the high road. Raise your vibrations, because if you have a high vibration, people who have lower vibrations, they'll stop not wanting to be around you. That's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, because you'll feel lighter and happier more often. Our power, our choice, our decision, choose it, because we can get through anything with faith and a little bit of positive energy, and we can stay out of misery. And you're allowed to grieve, you're allowed to heal, but you're also allowed to move forward and to learn from these circumstances. Have you ever noticed how when you're just existing, in other words, you don't have a purpose in the day, no agenda in life at the moment, it's easier for you to feel down, to feel sad, to be lonely, and fall into that state of being depressed. But flip it. Have you ever noticed that when you're teaching somebody, when you're helping somebody, and when you're having productive, happy conversations, you feel connected and purposeful, and that's a whole different energy to be in. We want you to be there. That's where we're headed, folks. In Luke 12:19, it said, "And I will say to my soul, soul, you have many goods laid up for many years to come. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry." Luke is acknowledging the souls has much left to live, has much to look forward to, has more than you can ever imagine. We just don't know what it is yet. So God says, have faith in yourself and faith in you, and move forward anyway. Because even if we shut God out of our thoughts daily, out of our awareness, God's going to continue to knock on that door in some way, shape, or form of a person calling you on the phone, or somebody you sit with on the bus, whatever it takes. And God's going to say, I'm here. I'm here to impress your brain and mind and your spirit with the answers that you need. Listen to me. I want you to be with joy. So if you feel someone in joy, listen to them. Be the beautiful people you are. And I thank you for listening today.